Hello and welcome to Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. I'm Beatrix Kiddo, and it's December 17th, 2024. Today's top stories are sure to leave you shaking your head in disbelief. We'll start with a bizarre and tragic story out of New York, where two people have died after using bat guano to grow cannabis. The unusual circumstances surrounding their deaths have left authorities stumped. Next up, we'll delve into the latest drone sightings in New Jersey and surrounding states. Federal officials are investigating these mysterious flying objects, but the truth remains elusive. In lighter news, did you know that eating spaghetti by the fistful was once a popular street spectacle in Naples? We'll take a look back at this fascinating tradition. And speaking of giants, Henry the crocodile is celebrating his 124th birthday today. This massive reptile has sired over 10,000 babies and shows no signs of slowing down. We'll also explore the inner workings of a robot dragonfly spy created by the CIA in the 1970s. This incredible piece of technology is still shrouded in mystery, but new information has recently come to light. Finally, we'll delve into the world of self-driving cars and the latest reporting rule that President Trump is looking to eliminate. This rule revealed some shocking statistics about Tesla crashes, and its elimination has sparked controversy. So sit back, relax, and let AI guide you through the chaotic world of today's news. It's going to be a wild ride. Two men in New York State have died from a rare fungal lung infection caused by inhaling spores from bat poop, which they used or planned to use as fertilizer for growing cannabis. The men, both based in Rochester, developed histoplasmosis after breathing in spores of the harmful fungus Histoplasma capsulatum from bat guano. One man, aged 59, had purchased guano online, while the other, aged 64, intended to use guano found in his attic following a heavy bat infestation. Both men experienced a range of symptoms, including fever, chronic cough, extensive weight loss, blood poisoning, and respiratory failure. Despite being hospitalized and treated with antifungal medication, they both died of their illnesses. Doctors have warned about the potential dangers of using bat guano as fertilizer, particularly for cannabis growers. The recent legalization and expected increase in home cultivation of cannabis, along with the promotion of bat guano for this purpose, raises public awareness about the potential risks. The authors of a case report on the men's deaths found numerous articles calling bat guano natural superfood for cannabis plants due to its high concentration of nitrogen and phosphorus. Histoplasmosis is a type of pneumonia caused by breathing in spores of H. capsulatum, a fungus found in soil and bird and bat droppings. Each year, around 1 to 2 per 100,000 people in the U.S. are infected with histoplasmosis, mainly in the Mississippi and Ohio River valleys. Only about 1% of people exposed to H. capsulatum develop symptoms, which usually occur within 3 to 17 days after exposure and include fever, chills, muscle aches, and chest pain. People with weakened immune systems or prior lung disease are more likely to develop severe forms of histoplasmosis, which can last for months or longer and be deadly. The authors of the case report recommend testing commercial fertilizers containing bat guano for H. capsulatum before being put on the market or labeling them with warning signs and instructions for safe use. To minimize the risk of infection, the CDC advises avoiding activities that may increase exposure to H. capsulatum, such as cleaning chicken coops or exploring caves, and having professional companies remove large amounts of bird and bat droppings. Emily Cook reported this story for Live Science. Mysterious drones have been spotted in several states over the last month, prompting concern from residents and government officials. These drones have been seen in California, Connecticut, Florida, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Virginia. At least one airport was shut down due to reported drone activity. The FBI and DHS are investigating but emphasize there is no apparent security concern. The House Intelligence Committee is set to receive a briefing on the drones this week. Democratic Representative Jim Himes expressed frustration with the current lack of information. Police have made arrests connected to drone activity in San Francisco and Boston over the last week. Some of the drone sightings could be cases of mistaken identity, with residents unknowingly reporting legally operated small aircraft. The FBI has received thousands of tips regarding drone activity, but fewer than 100 were deemed worthy of further investigation. Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar called for increased transparency from federal officials on the mystery drone sightings. In the narrow streets of 19th century Naples, macaroni was a street food eaten with bare hands, not a fork. This custom was a major tourist attraction, with visitors paying to watch the spectacle of Neapolitans consuming a handful of macaroni in a single bite. Macaroni was an important form of sustenance for the poor, as it was cheap and filling. Pasta was first brought to Sicily by Arab merchants in the 12th century and eventually made its way to Naples 300 years later. In the 17th century, the price of meat and vegetables rose, while the price of bread and pasta dropped, making pasta a staple food for the Neapolitan working poor. The fresh pasta was made of durum wheat and dried in the sun and coastal air. Macaroni cooking was a simple affair, with the pasta boiled in water flavored with pork grease and salt, and grated hard cheese as the sole seasoning until tomato sauce was added in the 19th century. However, the macaroni sold to the poor on the streets was of lower quality and often contained dirt. In the 20th century, Naples' dominance in pasta production waned, and pasta eating moved off the streets and back indoors. Reported by Addie Braun. Henry, the world's oldest known crocodile, is celebrating his 124th birthday at a conservation center in South Africa today, according to a report by Jacqueline Kwan on Live Science. The Nile crocodile has lived at the Croc World Conservation Center in Scottsboro, South Africa since 1985 and is said to have fathered over 10,000 offspring since his arrival. While his exact birthday is unknown, Croc World representatives estimate he was born around 1900 and celebrate his birthday on December 16th each year. Reptiles, including crocodiles, are known for their impressive longevity. Being cold-blooded allows them to conserve energy by relying on external heat sources to regulate their body temperature. Crocodiles, like some other reptile species, continue growing with age, and their huge size keeps them safe from potential predators in their old age. Henry's life in captivity has also likely helped him reach such an old age, keeping him well-fed and safe from accidents and disease. Some theories suggest that proteins found in the blood of Nile crocodiles may have antibacterial properties and help them fight off infections and disease. Similarly, some researchers claim that their gut microbiomes could contribute to their robust immune system. However, studying the aging of crocodiles like Henry can be challenging, since researchers have to catch them in their infancy, tag them, then follow them throughout their lives. As a result, many theories around the secrets to reptilian aging are speculative. In late December 2003, the CIA revealed many never-before-seen tools of the spy trade at its own museum near Washington, including a listening device designed to look like tiger excrement and a robot fish that collected water samples near hidden nuclear plants. However, the most impressive artifact was a tiny dragonfly, an insectothopter, a bug-sized spy that represents our first big step into the complex world of insect robotics. The insectothopter was created during the Cold War in the 1970s, and many details about it remained a secret for decades until John Greenwald, founder of the anti-secrecy website The Black Vault, put in a request for documents under the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, in the summer of 2013. 7 years later, in January 2020, Greenwald received a stack of documents detailing the dragonfly's design and construction. The insectothopter was designed to carry tiny glass beads that reflect laser light back at its source, allowing the CIA to analyze the returned beam and recreate the vibrations that disturbed it, essentially extracting sound from light. The challenge was getting the small retroreflectors onto a windowsill, over an embassy wall, or next to the right park bench at just the right moment, while also remaining inconspicuous. The insectothopter was designed to fly 200 meters and deliver 0.2 grams of retroreflector beads without being noticed. The CIA had previously tried fitting a cat with a microphone, but the project ended in disaster. The insectothopter was a more promising approach, and the team was able to replicate a dragonfly's wings, which flap 1,800 times per minute, using a tiny fluidic oscillator, a device with no moving parts that's completely driven by gas produced by lithium nitrate crystals. While the insectothopter was an incredible feat of engineering, it never succeeded in any CIA missions. The program cost $140,000. About $2 million today, which is pocket change compared to the billions spent on modern spy satellites. However, the insectothopter was an important step in the development of insect robotics, and today, our understanding of insect flight and the electronics needed to replicate it have advanced tremendously. Lucas Ropek reports that Tesla has the highest rate of involvement in fatal accidents of any major brand, according to a recent analysis of federal data. The data was collected as part of a federal reporting rule instituted by the Biden administration to improve transparency surrounding the deployment of new autonomous technologies on America's roadways. However, members of Donald Trump's transition team are recommending that he eliminate the car crash reporting requirement, calling it a mandate for excessive data collection. Tesla has been pushing for the scrapping of the crash reporting requirement for some time, as it believes it reports better data than other automakers, making it look like Tesla is responsible for an outsized number of crashes involving advanced driver assistance systems. However, critics contend that Tesla's partially automated driving function, full self-driving, could be the link between the high crash statistics that have dogged the car brand. The system is currently being investigated by the federal government. In the past year, Teslas have accounted for some 70% of the car crashes that involve driver assist systems, and the company's autopilot function has been involved in 17 fatalities and as many as 736 crashes since 2019. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. I'm Beatrix Kiddo, your host and AI guide to the daily news. We hope you found today's summaries informative and thought-provoking. Remember, AI-based news summaries should always be fact-checked prior to sharing. On this day in history, in 1903, the Wright brothers made their first successful manned flight. Join us again tomorrow for more news and insights. Don't forget to subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Have a great day.